fluoride in the water. You saw at the beginning of this year news media saying, yeah, it's probably true that fluoride does dumb people down a little bit, but it also keeps their teeth healthier.
No, it doesn't.
And again, who knows what else is out there that's FDA approved that's dumbing us down. But you look at the United States of America, it's mostly stupid, Bill. And of course, one of the dummies isn't going to see it that way because they fit right in. But for those of us who have above average IQs, it is that way. And I've seen it since I was a child. I got tested for IQ as a child. My IQ was over 140. It's a gift and a curse because it's not fun, having to dumb yourself down to fit in with the average conversation and the typical person. And it can get annoying when you talk about things like what we talk about, which we wish more people would talk about, and you get that deer in the headlights look because it's just too hard for them to compute. Again, they're in their Seahawks jersey out here in Washington State, all revved up on the big overtime win over the Rams on Thursday Night Football. And you say, did you see the stat at the end of the game? How they said that was the first time the Seahawks ever came back from 16 points, and it was the first game of NFL Week 16. And then they look at you kind of funny, like, so what? It's like, it said the first time in 173 tries. It's not like they've been there. Yeah, I mean, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say it's rigged? Like, first time, 16-point comeback for Week 16. I said, did you see the other tragic story before the game? That number 16 NASCAR driver who's also from Washington State, where the game wasn't, Seattle, Washington. Did you see how he died in some weird plane crash that the media doesn't exactly know what was wrong? So now what are you saying? They don't want to, their minds just don't even want to try and think about what could be going on. They just shut down. It's the low IQ limit. It's just like if you tried to run one of these brand new softwares that require, a modern computer. If you tried to run it on a 1990s computer, the computer would probably just set on fire. It would just instantly malfunction, just shut down, break. It's the perfect analogy for how the average human being is. They just don't have the mental capacity to think about these things, where those of us with modern day processors, higher IQs, it's not even hard to think about. It's like, wow, that is weird. I need to look more into that. And just watch how many times it goes on every year, right? It's like, first game of NFL Week 10, number 10 leads his team to a victory with 10 points. And then the last game of Week 10 is another number 10, and he leads his team to a victory with 10 points. And it just goes on week after week, and these people, it doesn't even register in their brain. It's just right in front of their face. It's so simple, and it doesn't even register. You bring it up to them, and then they get offended. And then they all have the same programming inside, low-level programming. Are you saying, what are you, conspiracy theorists? It's just, they're like wind-up toys. If they don't give you the conspiracy, it's like my daughter, she has some of those dolls you hit it, it's got 5 different things you push. Hi, it's Minnie, I love you. And then you hit it the next time. Minnie still loves you. Minnie says hello. Hey, where's Mickey? It's just, this is the humanity. What is this, some tinfoil hat thing? Are you a schizo? What, because I pointed out the first 16-point comeback ever to start Week 16? And then you can't even go on to the next piece. If you try to go to the next piece, did you realize it was the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's jersey retirement? The guy who had that record high 81 in his 666th game, and number 81 caught the winning score in the same place where they had the beast quake, like 6. I mean, you just can't even go there. But then what's funny is these low-level IQs, they probably all, because they're part of the herd, they probably all believe in Christianity, even though they never even cracked the book. They probably heard of the number of the beast, but they don't realize the verse says, here is wisdom, knowing how to calculate it. So, yeah, I mean, do we need to dumb it down? I mean, next year, August, will be 13 years of teaching this information, and it has helped out a lot of people and changed a lot of people's lives. Congrats to the winners last night. We knew the lock of the day was the Clippers to upset the Rockets, put some money in people's pockets. Again, there's all kinds of beautiful things about teaching this knowledge to people who can appreciate it, but really the point of this work is to create a bigger impact, and to have a bigger impact, we got to reach these masses, these people with these low-level IQs, and that's why I have these stats up here. Only 16% of people have what's considered an intelligent level IQ. 1 in 6 people is considered intelligent. 1 in 6. Think about that. If there's 6 people in front of you, 1 is technically intelligent. I mean about it. I say most people are retards. And to me, if you're not intelligent, you're pretty much a retard in my worldview. And maybe that's not exactly too nice, but I think it's closer to true than not. And again, it's the only way you can explain people's behavior. Still thinking that these political parties represent us, still voting in these rigged elections, still watching these obviously rigged sports games, the kind of shit that Hollywood now puts out where there's almost no good storytelling, just nothing interesting, just super special effects and explosions. And again, it's the idiocracy. I'm pretty sure had these statistics been taken a century ago, it would have been more impressive. But we are at a point where most people are just really dumb. Really dumb. That's who the President of the United States is right now. I mean, look at the people who think, didn't Trump go around? Has he been saying for a long time that he's grateful for the uneducated, pretty much his whole base? So, yeah, we need to figure out a way to reach these people. And I notice what the TV does. I mean, they pound people with the same messages every day, just the same crap every day. I mean, do we just need to get on every day and just keep showing the clip of Obama joking that Trump will be number 45 on April 30th, 2011, the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan, and then just show the Church of Satan website with the highest degree, which is mega? If we just show that every day and we never go past that, I think we might actually have a greater impact. If that's all the stream is every day, it opens up with the same clip, and we just go over it every day for a whole straight year, I think we'd be more impactful at trying to wake people up, because every day new people come across that video. More and more people will get involved in that conversation. It might actually work better than breaking down the news every single day and showing, like, here's why the script's today, here's why the Supreme Court, again, I can show you exactly why the Supreme Court had their ruling on the National Guard in Chicago yesterday. It's by the numbers, the same Kabbalistic way your government operates every day. But again, these lower level IQ people, that doesn't resonate with them. To them, it's all schizophrenia. But again, just show them the clip. April, big data on the screen. Obama and Trump together in the same room laughing about how he's going to be number 45 on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan. I mean, I don't know why more people don't talk about that. To this day, I haven't seen anybody else talk about that online, and I'm sure a lot of people know. Maybe more people are in the Church of Satan than we know. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like we should be standing out in front of this mega church. I have maybe not quite a mega church. It's only a town of 4,000 people, but there's a big old church, and the parking lot's all full every Sunday. It's not far from my house. I see a lot of Trump people in that parking lot, a lot of Trump bumper stickers. Guy drives a big old truck with the Trump flag. He's there every Sunday. I think, look at these people. Look at them. They think that the guy who runs on the highest degree of the Church of Satan, who wants to have sex with his own daughter, who's the proud pussy grabber, who's I think the whole Epstein thing's a psyop, but again, just he's obviously trying to cover it up, even though that's the story in the mainstream. It's like, isn't it obvious that this guy's horrible? Isn't it obvious he's a horrible human being? And again, just the things that should be simple to understand. I mean, we broke it down the day it happened. We said, here's another sign they're going to install Trump in the 60th election. The day his ex-wife fell down the stairs and died exactly 60 weeks into the first Jesuit Ignatian year. You don't see anybody sharing that information or talking about that. I always like to bring up Brian because he's gone through a similar thing as me, losing his channel, being suppressed. He tries to get PLC out of the two-party system. All his videos are just so low level. And that's kind of my point about just keeping it dumb. He has a video that he put up last night that got a bunch of views and a bunch of likes, more likes than about 10 videos on my channel. And there's really nothing to it. It's just him just playing the clip of how Trump ignored the question about why there's so many redactions in the Epstein files, instead turned it to, oh yeah, I hate to see Bill Clinton getting shamed like this. That's where people are at. I mean, it's like, you needed a guy to upload that clip for you and say Trump's dodging questions? I mean, that's like-worthy? Yeah, I'll sit here and grind for 10 hours in a day and put together the whole puzzle of the ritual, and the video will have 200 likes. You know what I mean? It's like, and here's why: there just wasn't enough people who could comprehend it or appreciate it. Even though to me it seemed pretty simple, it seemed pretty elementary. So, but yeah, most people are clinically dumb, you guys. So, do we got to dumb it down in 2026? And here, just to go through what dumb people can't comprehend and understand, the kind of stuff we do each day. You guys have been asking me for weeks to cover Peter Green, and I haven't covered it because